what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light only, with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome to any new subscribers, okay? Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. I hope you guys are having a great day, okay? I'm feeling pretty damn good today, okay? We got Elmo, okay? Of course, that's making me think of Tickle Me, okay? Tickle Me, Elmo, okay? And I love Elmo because Elmo's always, Elmo's so giggly, so happy, okay? So there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you at this time, okay? Or you could just be feeling very happy, feeling very good, even if everything in your life isn't exactly where you want it to be. And I think that's really wonderful for you, okay, baby? Please keep that beautiful smile on your face. Also, Elmo is red, right? So this energy of the root chakra, I feel like you're very grounded, very aligned with the energies of the tree of life, very tapped in and connected into that Gaian energy, and that's looking really good on you, baby, okay? Really beautiful. And your growth is beautiful, advancement, very advanced, okay? Shit, what was I just saying before I started this? I don't know. It was like a little kid sing-song rhymey thing. I just got into it too quick. I also didn't tell you that this is a Rhea message, okay? Rhea is a Greek goddess of motherhood, fertility, childhood, comfort, and good living, and also fruitfulness, So Empress energy, okay? All day long. We got quick win, okay? So you're about to make a quick win, okay? Something really beautiful is about to advance very quickly for you, and this could be a win that you've been waiting on for quite a while, is what I'm hearing. What else, my love? I'm hearing tell me something good, okay? We got the triangle. I think I read the triangle to you guys before, but let's do it again. So, sacred geometry, right? I'm so into sacred geometry. I really love it. The more that I learn about it, the more it makes sense, the way that all of these different shapes and things really have their own meanings. And also, studying sacred geometry is a great way to get very close to Archangel Metatron, okay? Every single shape is located in Metatron's cube, which I moved the paintings around a little bit. So, but it's still up there because I need that up there, okay? Triangle. So, the triangle revolves around the number 3, representing trinities like mind, body, spirit, past, present, future, or the Christian Trinity, which is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, okay? All of which we get down with, right? Okay, it says triangles also symbolize stability, strength, and perfection, particularly when equilateral, okay? The direction of the point adds further meaning. An upright triangle can suggest masculinity and elevation or power, okay? Which kind of feel like, things that are related to that earth energy, or that, the earth energy is very feminine. Let's not get it twisted, right? But I feel like as far as like grounding things, because it's your masculine side that makes these very physical moves, these very practical moves in order to advance your future. And so that's what I mean when I say earth energy, like a pentacle energy, okay? You grounding whatever it is that you need in order to elevate or to call in more power to yourself, okay? It says, while an inverted triangle symbolizes femininity, descent, and the feminine principle, okay? But also, the triangle kind of makes me think about this up and down energy that they're talking about. It makes me think about the Merkaba, okay? Like that's what she showed me, the Merkaba, okay? So Merkaba meditations are actually very powerful, okay? But the Merkaba is more like, I think I said that they're pyramids, okay? The Merkaba is more like pyramids. They're just like the 3D version of the triangle, okay? And so, One day I was in a spiritual bath, okay, and I used the Merkaba. I did a Merkaba meditation, where you just imagine the Merkaba around your entire body, and it was a spiritual journey, okay? Spirit took me somewhere, and then they told me that the Merkaba is also a vehicle, okay? You can use the Merkaba to allow Spirit to, take you different places and show you different things that you may need to see in order to advance yourself spiritually, or to call more fertility or more growth, or to help you to ground things a lot faster. So utilize that, okay? It says, I think that was pretty much the point. It says strength and stability. It says triangles are a strong geometric shape used in construction for their stability, okay? So you are a strong geometric being, baby, okay? You are multifaceted, okay? You have many different sides, and all of those different sides are like in addition to the strength that you carry, okay? Also, it talks about balance and harmony. An equilateral triangle with its equal sides represents perfect balance and agreement between its three parts, okay? So it's like, masculine, feminine, and spirit, right? Okay? Spirit, feminine, masculine, back to spirit, okay? Everything that spirit gives comes through you and is expressed through you, okay? Like, you are very balanced the way that you're built, the way that you're made, and it's really important that you don't have any doubt at all in those facts, okay? It says power and direction, okay? The point of the triangle can guide the eye, suggesting movement, direction, or a specific point of interest, okay? So I feel like your guides are really guiding your eye, okay? Taking you to a specific point of interest, or moving you in a very specific direction, or in a very specific way that is perfect for you to be moving at this time, okay? So really have a lot of trust in the divine, okay? I'll tell you that shit every day if I have to, because I'm someone who learned the hard way to have a lot of trust in myself and a lot of trust in my guides and the way that they guide me, okay? So please make sure that that's something that you just work your best at doing, getting to a place where you feel completely secure in the choices that you make and the way that spirit is guiding you, okay? So, Rhea, how are you seeing their energy at this time, okay? With the Nine of Wands, it gives me this energy of like, maybe you could feel a little bit tired, Maybe you've been putting a lot of work into your dream or your goal or wherever it is that you want to go. And you could just feel tired. You could just feel kind of beat down and battle weary at times, because you feel like you've been doing so much. It's not giving me the energy that you want to quit or that you want to stop, but I just feel like at times, the spiritual journey, it can be a lot, especially once your divine destiny is made once you're made aware of your divine destiny and that specific movement or action that spirit wants you to take. Things tend to get a little bit hectic, and it's kind of hard to like continue to hold on and to push through the difficult times, but she's saying like all of this hard work, all of this energy of you being a wounded healer, right? Because this cat is like missing an eye, it's like this cat been through everything and they lost an eye and they're really tired, but they're not planning on giving up anytime soon. And in fact, they see clearer with this one eye that they're looking through more than they have ever before, giving me beautiful third eye energy. I feel like you're in a place where you're ready to just like pack up any and everything that you consider to be a burden or a problem or a worry and an issue and just get rid of it. Like, you could be very ready for advancement, very ready for growth, or you could feel like you are. And it's true, but spirit meets you halfway and they give you things when you're ready to get them, okay? I know I said that yesterday but it don't make it no less true, okay? But you're sitting right here at the top of the wheel and you followed your intuition to this place. So just continue to do it and continue to, like I said, have that Elmo energy, just just have a very happy and wonderful experience as often as you can with this life that you have, because it has the potential to be very beautiful and to be the thing that you see it being in the future, okay? We got the Eight of Wands giving me like that's the message type of energy, but also a lot of communication. We got the Three of Swords, okay? I don't know why. I feel like the heartbreaks of your past could be highly significant, things that you've gone through before. You could have had a heartbreak not too long ago, and I think you've definitely stepped in this new beginning, and you're moving a lot faster than you think that you're moving. So just like take the time to chill, and the way the cat is observing this fish on the Page of Cups, I feel like you need to just like take a step back, observe how far you've come, and really be open to new relationships and new things that are gonna come in, because the divine, they never take anything out of your life that isn't going to be replaced with something better. There's always something better that God got for you, baby. It just gets better and better and better. Okay, we got the King of Swords. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is highly significant. Okay, Jupiter energy comes with the Wheel of Fortune, and then these wands again, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, and then we got the Two of Cups. Okay, so something significant could have happened in your love life, but that happened in your love life, that ending or you walking away from a specific person, that was exactly what you needed to place you at the top of the wheel and to bring you to awareness of your beauty and your amazingness that you could offer all by yourself. Okay, it was important that you learned that, and I think now that you're moving with a lot more enthusiasm, even if you are not necessarily done healing a heartbreak, and I think maybe that could be kind of what she's getting at too, like sometimes we think that we're ready, or we think we've moved on, or we think that thing has healed, but like heartbreak or emotional pain and things like that, it takes a while for those things to heal, just like it takes a while for like certain wounds on your body to heal. You don't just break your arm and then go put a cast on and then the arm is just healed miraculously the next day. Okay, that's just not how healing works for you within your body, and your emotional wounds and things like that are no different. It takes a certain amount of time for you to really truly be healed and to really fully have all of your energy together and meet that vibrational match for the thing that you're trying to attract, or for that specific place that Spirit's guiding you to go to. So just kind of remain aware of that, and don't worry, you're definitely still doing some healing that's very important to you and to your journey and to the next steps that you're meant to take. What's going on the outside of them? We got the Magician. Okay, so it says, I have all the resources I need, inner and outer. Okay, it's talking about creativity, action, power, manifestation, skill, magic, work, self-employment, a smooth talker, having the gift of gab, willpower, directing your will, creative visualization, and manifesting your desires. I feel like when it comes to things on the outside of you, you really are a master of manifestation. Okay, like you really are a master of all of the elements, earth, air, fire, water, spirit. You're very well-rounded, and you just need to give yourself that kind of credit, and also this Wheel of Fortune energy giving me that energy of wholeness. Like you have to be in your wholeness, or on your way there, to be sitting at the top of the wheel the way that you are, baby. Okay, but I mean, as far as other people on the outside of you, they could have been trying to block your creativity, or trying to feign some sort of expertise in the shit you were expert at. Okay, trying to like bring up your weaknesses or put you in a place where you would be so indecisive and have a lot of very frustrating days and delays along the journey. But it's like no matter what delays or frustrating days or indecisive times you have, you always come back to this place where you're at, and that's really beautiful, and it really brings you a lot of protection, and it's like one of the main reasons why you're attracting this quick win the way that you are, and why you have every right to be in that beautiful, grounded, giggly Elmo type of energy that you deserve to be in. And also Elmo with that red energy is giving me the energy of like healing inner child wounds, because that's where we hold our wounds with like our family and our friends, with certain relationships, certain connections that we make throughout the thing. I feel like your throat chakra is definitely in an expanded place at this time. Okay, and it's really gorgeous. Okay, continue to express yourself very clearly. What is that? Okay, I was just looking at it. It might be Pluto. So Pluto could be highly significant, and also Pluto fell out. I'm gonna use this book. Pluto fell out. I painted Pluto, okay, or my version of Pluto. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really like it very much, but the point is, it fell out on the floor, and so I'm gonna look at what it means or what the Pluto planet energy represents, okay? It says Pluto is associated with the Roman god Pluto, who ruled the underworld, okay? Small Pluto carries a lot of important human experiences, nothing less than life, death, rebirth, and sex. Tied in with these ideas are issues of power and control, as well as finding personal freedom and confining mindsets, you know? So, like, you refuse to let people confine your mindset or to stop you from reaching a place of full personal freedom where you make your own choices and you do what you need to do. Like, you don't allow people to control you or try to convince you that you want what they want just so they could come up in life, you know? So, we got the Lovers. This could definitely be you attracting some sort of love, okay? Or maybe you're about to have some sort of major choice that you're going to have to make when it does come to love, okay? Because it says major choices, love, soulmates, kindred spirits, perfect unions, partnerships, relationships, romance, and desire. It also says sexual connections and shared values, okay? So definitely you could be attracting somebody who has the same type of personal value system that you have, you know, because it says my personal value system leads me to love, okay? And I feel like you're coming out of a time of a cycle of disharmony, okay? I said this yesterday too. You've done a lot of healing to your trust issues, and so you're no longer attracting people with trust issues or with this imbalanced type of energy, okay? That is not what will be in your next relationship. In your next relationship, I feel like things will go a whole lot smoother, okay? Gemini could be significant. Somebody could be a Gemini that you're attracting at this time. And of course, the Lover's card has the heart chakra on it, okay? So very strong. It's like your heart chakra is calling in someone who's going to match you perfectly, okay? So just continue to focus on what you're focusing on. Focus on your healing, and don't feel like you have to like look for a lover or look for the perfect person. When it's time for that person to come in, God gonna make sure that person come in, okay? You ain't gotta go look nowhere, okay? Just continue on about your daily life, and you will attract that very naturally, okay? We got the King of Wands. Also, you could be attracting some sort of like leadership position that you've seen yourself in the very near future, okay? This is a quick win, okay? So something very fast happening, okay? She gave me like the crack of lightning in my mind, okay? So, I mean, definitely that. But also this lizard on the King of Wands is catching my attention, you know. You are very beautiful when it comes to the energies of renewal, you know. I feel like you are very business savvy, and it's like your spiritual journey is not separate from what it is that you do as a job or where it is that you see yourself in the future. You know, your spiritual insights and the life that your relationship that you have with God is very important to the business moves and the power moves that you see yourself making in life, okay? And that's really beautiful, okay? You're stepping into a time where you're going to be in charge, okay? It says decisiveness, independence, loyalty, optimism, impulsiveness, unexpected income, and someone who inspires others to create achievement, okay? So you are a motivation, a beautiful muse for others, and that's really beautiful. You need to continue to express yourself the way that you do, because it really lights other people up, and I just love that for you, okay? I definitely know the feeling, okay? And also, it's like there's nothing more rewarding of choosing a career or a job or a dream where you're able to like motivate other people to do something better, okay? Like there's such a good feeling that comes with that energy of helping people or giving back, you know? And I think that you really have that same kind of passion for that as me. You could be someone who's very like attracted to customer service. It's like every job I've ever been in, I really had to work with other people. I had to learn to work very well with others. I have a big family, so I have to like learn to deal with like a lot of different kind of personalities and things like that. And I think that you have that same kind of like experience under your belt, very good with people, you know, the the magician card did say, you have the gift of gab. I feel like you leave a very great impression on everyone that you run into, and that's why you're attracting this leadership position the way that you are, because you have so many beautiful boss qualities that you're meant to express. And I feel like when it does come to this leadership position you're attracting, when it comes to these quick wins and all of this progress you're making, there's definitely some lies, some deviousness, and even a little bit of prejudice going on the outside of you. It says a liar or a devious person, one whose main focus is self-promotion, okay? So someone on the outside of you is like focused on self-promotion, and you're all about like the advancement of others and the promotion of the collective. And like those are like completely different kinds of energies. And I think this is why you're moving as quickly as you are, and why you're so protected, right? Because you're so protected. Okay, so what is at the heart of the matter here? Let me just get a good shuffle for you, babes. All right. Oh, so we got the High Priestess and the Seven of Swords, okay? So at the heart of the matter, that's kind of just, it kind of just segued into this, what I was saying. But I mean, okay, so this could be looked at as like you constantly being surrounded by all of these, like I said, lying, devious, deceptive, sneaky type of energies. But the Seven of Swords can also represent like you. Well, along with the High Priestess, it can represent you seeing very clearly those deceptions or those problems or those liars or whatever it is that you need to see. But also, it gives me this energy of things sneaking up on you, but like you being aware of the things that are coming, okay? Like this beautiful, powerful, like I said you're a master manifester already, okay? Like you know the things that you've created, you see the future that you want for yourself very clearly, but it's still sneaking up on you, like it's coming in a very unexpected and big way, in a very quick, fast, okay? We're talking quick, fast, immediate motion, okay? Like some shit going viral in a day, okay? And all of a sudden you wake up with like 10,000 subscribers, 20 million subscribers type shit, okay? Like, or all of a sudden, you do one thing on the internet, or you say one funny thing, or somebody catches you doing an act of kindness, and now you're extremely popular. Your act of kindness or whatever it is that you do, it goes up, right? Or you doing something amazing, closing some sort of deal for your company that you're passionate about working for, and then all of a sudden, like I heard, you're a partner. Like somebody could be a lawyer, okay? All of a sudden, you're a partner, or you've moved up in the company, and everybody values your opinion a lot more, and they really look forward to your insights or your expertise or your certain way that you do what you do. What is the challenge here? We got the Ace of Swords, okay? So, I mean, I kind of feel like there is no challenge, I feel like the greatest challenge, if we're going to call it a challenge, is for you to, like, maintain this energy of you standing in your truth. The biggest challenge for you would be, like, believing in this beautiful high priestess type of power that you carry, believing in your protection and not worrying about any sneaky or deceptive energies, knowing they don't have the power over you. You have the power. Hold up. You have power over the 7 scorpions, okay? Which is in this book. I like this. I'm gonna have to read like this more often. This was Spirit's idea. Like, let's just use less cards and do a little Celtic cross. But hold on, I'm gonna tell you about the power over the 7 scorpions. Okay, so the power over the 7 scorpions. It says you're being initiated into the magic of conjuring, to have the power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in life swiftly and with great effect, okay? So it basically talks about how okay, so it says in the story of the mist, in this In this story lies the mystery of her conjuring art that is awakening in you. To name the poison requires careful and clear assessment. So you have the ability to name the poison, and therefore you can control that poison or expel that poison from your life or from your energy, okay? It says if you judge or resist really knowing it, you are unlikely to be able to accurately name and therefore gain power over the poison. If you stay curious, detached, and compassionate, okay, curious, detached, and compassionate, your perception and ability to wield the power that comes with the ability to accurately name something will increase. The poison may be jealousy, resentment, fear, or guilt. It may be blame or shame, anger, or possessiveness born of abandonment or rejection in the past. It may be a poison that is sourced from within your own self or injected into your system from another. It could be an actual phase or insult, a cruel childhood nickname or taunt, even said in humor, but that wounded the open body soul at the time. It might be a cultural poison, such as the sickness evidenced in our cultural images of the feminine body that leads to distorted perceptions of ideal body image, hatred of our bodies, and disordered eating. The poison might be your own fear of success or failure. It might quite simply be the ego in a dramatic, endless spiral of suffering from which there appears to be no respite, okay? Isis helps you heal and grow more powerful than any poison in your system or relationship or any toxic environment by helping you name it, take ownership of the situation, and make any interchange necessary so that you can either affect transformation of the situation or are transported from it by changing vibration, which then draws a different circumstance more aligned with your frequency, okay? So this is what you have learned to do through these heartbreaks of the past and through all of these different things that you have gone through. So you need to trust in your ability to name the poison, and that is how you gain control over any poisons that try to enter into your life or into your energy. Because you can see it, you can peep it, you can name it. You're like, I know what that is, bitch. You mad. That's out, and then it's gone. I mean, it's not something that you necessarily have to worry about. And I think the more that you have trust in this, the more you continue to do that, the more you'll attract these quick wins, okay? Let me see if there's anything else she wants to say out of here, okay? It says, ask for assistance from those beings that love you unconditionally and trust that the insight and peace of mind, the freedom from the past that you seek is coming to you, and you will feel empowered and capable of bringing about your own healing through clearly understanding the issue for you and speaking your truth about it. Your truth will be whatever is in your heart. It might be any number of simple expressions such as, the love in me is greater than this pain, or the love of the Lady Isis heals and absorbs this poison now, returning it to me as unconditional love, okay? So the energy of transmutation, I feel like it's important that you transmute a lot because you're attracting a lot of positivity and a lot of beautiful things in your life, and people are not always going to like your ability to call the poison for what it is and cut that shit out like the cancer that it can become if you let it fester and bother, right? What's the past energy here? We got the 2 of moons, okay? And we got the 3 of stars. I feel like, so the 2 of moons is about an exchange of energy, but I think in this past, position, it's more about, the way that you exchange energy with yourself and with the divine that you worked a lot on in the past, and something that you need to continue to grow in doing, okay? Yeah, we got the sun, okay? I also feel like, you've gone through the test of Ra and Lady Isis type of energy, the test of Ra and Lady Isis. I feel like she all over this book right now. Hold up. Let me tell you, okay? The test of Ra and Lady Isis. Let me look in the thing. I don't mean to read to you so much, but I do what they say, okay? Where is it? I don't know. Hold on. Because I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to do all of that. I'm gonna put the book back, okay? I'm gonna just tell you, because I know. But I mean, in the past, you went through the test of Ra and Lady Isis, which is when you awaken yourself to a certain level of energy, right? And whatever is within you that no longer serves you, it gets burned away, right? Everything has to be cleared out in order for you to identify the poisons that you're trying to get out of your life. And I think you've done a lot of this. A lot of this has been exposed to you in the past, and you really have experienced a beautiful breakthrough energy, and that's why you're so attractive the way that you are, okay? What's going on in their conscious mind? We got the Hierophant, okay? So I feel like you are definitely open to this teamwork that you work so hard to get yourself to, but sometimes you could have like a little bit of doubt or a little bit of worry creep in, and I think that those things sometimes can stem from certain things that you're still focusing on healing, but I don't think that you let that get you down, or that you let it convince you that you're not where you need to be, okay? We got the Eight of Wands, okay? I don't know, maybe you could be in denial a little bit, just a tiny bit, about the way that spirit communicates with you sometimes. Why is the Eight of Wands in reverse? Or maybe you don't communicate with them enough. We got the Hermit, okay? So you could need to spend a little bit of time in hermit mode so that you could communicate with spirit a lot more. Okay, it's not an energy of denial. It's just an energy of you not necessarily doing it enough, not opening yourself up in meditation and things like that enough to like God or to the divine, you know, not expressing how you feel enough or asking for enough help when it does come to the things that you're going through or to the things that you're trying to accomplish, okay? What's the Hierophant and the Eight of Wands? Because I feel like there's more there. We got the Five of Moons, okay? So, I mean, coming to the divine all the time with everything, not necessarily just your sadness or the times where you feel like you missed or you feel like you failed or you feel like you're heartbroken, but like on a regular day-to-day basis, having a real relationship with the divine, talking to them like, you know, about your day, like doing a backward review with them, like, you know, Spirit, can you believe it? I mean, I'd be really talking to Spirit, okay? I'd be really telling them everything, okay? And I'd be like, you know, I'd be really talking to God like regular, you know, like God is my dad, because God is my dad, okay? I'd be telling him everything. And when I ask for help, or when I ask for relief, or when I ask for peace, or when I ask for whatever it is that I need in that moment, God always brings me those things that I need. Maybe not necessarily right there in that moment, and sometimes it's instant, you know. I instantly feel better. I instantly feel calmer, you know. But it's like with more physical things, it does tend to play out, you know, over the next couple of days or over the next couple of weeks or months or whatever. But whatever I ask for, I feel like I definitely always receive that, even if I don't necessarily know how it comes. And the same is true for you, okay? And when I was talking a little, it's embarrassing, but a little spit bubble came out. It was like a perfect little bubble though, okay? Like I blew a bubble, okay? And so that bubble energy, I think you need to be a lot more open to the possibilities, or to what can be, what can happen, or what can come of the way that you express and communicate with the divine, and how they can bring things to you, okay? Then we got the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Moons, and the Devil, okay? So there could be some things that you need to detach from, maybe like certain ways of thinking, certain cycle of thinking that you could have going on with yourself, in order to make room for this passionate beginning and quick wins only. Like you don't have time to be thinking about some bullshit, or allowing the sad, despairing times of the past be something that holds you back from getting these quick wins, or what it is that you're really truly meant to attract to yourself. Because you are stability, right? That's what we were talking about with the triangle. Everything that you need, all the stability that you're meant to operate out of or carry with you, is already within you. What's going on in their subconscious? We got the Ten of Cups, okay? So you could subconsciously worry about your family, or think about them, or how you're going to advance or be better in order to support them, okay? Even if you don't necessarily get along with every person in your family, I feel like everybody has like that, the central family unit that they give a fuck about, and that they really want to provide for and be better for, you know? or some people have this, because she's putting it to me like, maybe if I was in a better place, or once I get more stable, then I can focus on repairing more of these relationships with my family and being more stable and getting things to where they need to be. I feel like you could feel a little selfish subconsciously because you've been focusing a lot on yourself lately, and Ray is just saying like you really don't have to worry about that. You're not being selfish, and I don't think that people are necessarily blaming you for the way that you've been moving, because it's way different than how you used to move, and they can appreciate that even if they don't necessarily know how to express the fact that they're proud of you, or that they really truly do see what you have become and how much you've grown. What else is going on in their subconscious? We got the Three of Wands, okay? Also, I think subconsciously what things are coming. Subconsciously, you're really highly aware of your potential and what you could accomplish, And I think when it does come to the way that you think about what you could accomplish or what you're able to attract, you should think a little bit bigger, okay? What's going on in the future? How's the future energy looking, okay? So we got the Emperor, okay? So you're attracting a lot of beautiful success. Ooh, I didn't even mean to say success, okay? I meant to say stability, okay? But you're attracting a lot of beautiful success, baby, okay? That's what it is. What else? We got the Ten of Swords, okay? So I feel like the more success you start to attract and the more stability you find yourself in, I think the more grateful you're going to be of all these very big heartbreaks I feel like you've had to go through along this journey. It's like it's all gonna make sense. I heard full circle moment, okay? That you're meant to have some sort of full circle moment in the future where you show a lot of gratitude for every single thing that you've gone through. And I think you're already advanced enough to be very grateful for the things that you've gone through. But I think you really don't have no idea just yet of how successful and stable you're about to be, okay? What's the Emperor and the Ten of Swords? What is this? We got the Two of Stars in reverse, okay? Also, in the future, I feel like I kind of covered that, but I feel like your any imbalances that you may feel that you have when it comes to your money or to the way that you make business moves, it's going to be so obsolete in the future, okay? You're about to be very, very financially stable, and you're going to it's all your money struggles that you're having at this time, or all of the things that you worry about, are about to become an antiquated line of thinking, right? You're gonna have a totally different mentality about money, or about what success looks like to you, and about what you want to do next. I feel like this quick win is about to inspire you in a big way. You're about to explode creatively, and you're gonna be in a position where you can hire others and help others understand their Ten of Swords moments and their financial imbalance that they could be having in their lives. And that's really beautiful. What's the Querent? The Querent would be your feelings, how you're feeling right now, okay? So like I said, well, maybe that was the last reading, okay? But King of Moons, okay? You're very emotionally intelligent, and I think you're getting more and more emotionally balanced every single day, okay? I feel like that this justice is coming. It's something that you can feel coming toward you, something you're really looking forward to, and something you could even be actively focused on manifesting, okay? We got the Wanderer and the Five of Stars, or the Five of Pentacles. It's you feeling like you've come out of the cold, but you're just in that place where you still kind of feel I don't know. I heard kind of lost, and I also heard no place, but it's just it's not true, baby. You're never lost, okay? You're never lost. You're always located exactly where you need to be, and you have guides to guide you through this thing. So how could you even ever get lost, okay? I feel like you have so many different guides that work with you, and they all know their specific energies that they work with the back of their hand. So there is no being lost for you, or not really anything that you have to worry about. I'm hearing I gotta keep going. I gotta keep going. That song by Janae Aiko, okay? If there's one thing that I learned, what is it? something about, if there's one thing that I learned while in those county lines, you've got to change your mind. You have got to read the signs, or and everything turns out just fine or something like that. The point is, like, just keep going, keep going, change your mind again and again, try new things, don't be afraid to, like, date new people, or to love or to experience life for what it has to offer, okay? And you're never going to be lost, or in a place where you can't come back from, okay? Like, just don't worry about anything, because you're not going down, you're on an ascension, okay? You did not sign up for no descension where you're just going to get lower and lower, or none of that, okay? You're sitting at the top of the wheel, and you're attracting everything that you need. Okay? What's going on? What about the outside environment, okay? We got the Queen of Wands, okay? So there's a Queen of Wands hating on the outside of you, okay? That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. Why they hate you? What's wrong with them? We got the Page of Wands, okay? They could feel like, I don't know, bound up in some sort of way. They want to bind you too, but I don't really see how that's your problem. Yeah, we got the Two of Wands, okay? So I don't know. Maybe on the outside of environment, people could be like regretting their choices, But I mean, I don't feel like that's really your focus or really your problem or anything that you should be focused on at all. I think you just need to, like, kind of just keep that tunnel vision and just try to be as positive as possible when you're dealing with the people on the outside of you, just to make sure that you're bringing as much love to the situation as possible, and not trying to, like, stir anything up or have any extra drama that's not really necessary. What's the hope? We got the Eight of Moons, okay, in reverse. So, I mean, whatever you're into at this time that's attracting this quick win, I feel like you really hope you never have to walk away from it, or you never have to stop doing it. It could be something that you really love, something that you had to break through a lot of illusions and release a lot of people, places, and situations in order to get to it, And it's like the last thing you want to do is walk away, or have to start over, or have to, go back to the drawing board and figure out what you're going to do next. And I just don't feel like you're going to have to do that, What's the fear? I feel like the fear is the same. It's the same fear. We got the Wheel of Fortune. So, I mean, the fear is that, like, somehow you're gonna fall off the top of the wheel, like somehow you're gonna wake up and you're just gonna be getting all this karma out of nowhere, from all of the things you did in your life that you weren't supposed to do. I feel like you've already received the karma from any negative intentions or any like untoward ways that you could have acted in the past. I feel like the divine is very forgiving, and as long as you're on the right path and you start to make better choices for yourself, then the karma is not so heavy for certain things anyway, But I just feel like you don't have to worry about karma, or you don't have to, like, worry about the wheel turning in a negative way for you. It's never going to happen. And you don't have to fear walking away from your divine journey, Even if you did stop everything you were doing and walk away from it and choose something new to do, you would just be supported in that thing too, okay? You're so supported, and it's like they want for you whatever it is that you want, So just do what you want, do what makes you happy, do what you love, and you can't go wrong. What's the outcome? We got the Six of Swords, okay? So the outcome is this relaxation, okay? This calmer water, this time of you feeling like all your hard work paid off, the feeling of, they showed me, like, somebody, like, having their drink right here, their arms back, feet kicked up, just relaxing and chilling and cooling after putting in all of this hard work to become something better, or to go toward what spirit guided you to, Like I said, there's this feeling of relief when you get this quick win that comes in that just boosts everything about your vibration, okay? Like, yeah, we got the Empress, okay? Period. Like I said at the beginning, Empress energy is what you carry, and that will always be the outcome of your life, okay? Now that you found that energy within yourself, it's not going anywhere, okay? And you don't have to worry about running into conflict, You might feel like, you're just going to attract more people who are just going to attack you, but I disagree, you know. Yeah, we got the Six of Stars, okay? I feel like if people do attack you, it's kind of just because their truth is a little bit bound, you know? They're not really in touch with, like, themselves, okay? They don't necessarily, like, know how, like, it's like some people are kind of blind to like the things that they need to work on or the things that they need to change within themselves, but they could point it out in other people. And I think they spend a lot of time in the past trying to point out everything that was nasty about you, but haven't really done that much work to point out the things that they need to change within themselves. So you really don't have to worry about conflict because it just can't touch you. I mean, unless you decide you want it to touch you or you want to entertain somebody's bullshit. What's the final thought on this here? I think this is Fihu. No, Fihu points up, okay? This one is Ansus, okay, because the lines, they point down. But it's upright. So it says, express yourself through thought and speech, okay? It says, often the appearance of Ansus in a reading indicates the sudden development of an entirely new set of circumstances. It is likely that a particular situation will change very swiftly, and you may be at a loss about how to deal with the resulting issues that arise. However, although your conscious mind may be in confusion, your unconscious mind knows exactly what to do as spirit guides, angels, or as the ancient Norse believed in the... Okay, so it says, my bad, I fell off, okay? It says, however, although your conscious mind may be in confusion, your unconscious mind know exactly what to do as spirit guides, angels, or as the ancient Norse believed, the All-Father himself will guide you. However, you interpret this spiritual intervention as inspirational power will communicate their an inspirational power will communicate their understanding to your conscious mind. Answers are likely to come in the form of meaningful dreams or as a set of strange coincidences of the type best described as synchronicity. Of course, Ansus may express itself more directly as you receive valuable advice from an older, wiser individual, or alternatively, your own wit and insight helps you surmount a problem, okay? So anything that comes up, know you have the insight and wisdom to handle it. And with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you needed out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.